more distractions. Bro, I've tried to record this video multiple times, I'm not gonna lie. Week recap. Let's do the week recap. So, beginning of this week, Monday. Last first day of school. How did I feel? To be honest, I did not feel any different. It felt like just another regular day. I was excited though that I'm finally like getting near the end. I packed my bags. It's 6 degrees today. Pretty warm. I'm excited about that. Don't have that many classes. I got one class today, and it's not gonna be anything too crazy. I think it's just gonna be orientation and maybe an intro to the class. Pretty calm. Finally, so most of my profs, not all of my profs, it doesn't seem too bad. The most thing that I'm worried about school right now is this big long project that I will talk about later. But I went to the optometrist because I had switched my lenses. Where I get my glasses, you're able to like pay for insurance, and after a year they switch your glasses because you know especially if you're pretty rough with your glasses, you get like scratches. The frame might get looser the more you wear it. They basically switch the entire like kit for you, and so that's what I went to do on Monday. I went to pick up my glasses. I was supposed to pick them up a couple days before, but I was in Vancouver. I didn't notice it when I picked them up, but if you can't see, there is an inclusion in my glasses that you can't see. I thought that was just like a smudge or something, but no, it's inside the glasses. So I had to go back. Said that it's gonna take 2 weeks. 2 weeks for me to get my glasses. Can't wait to be done with school, but I was also feeling just slightly anxious because you don't know what the future holds, but also kind of excited because you don't know what the future holds, type vibe. It was definitely an interesting mix of emotions, and I was feeling very grateful, reached this far. I'm seeing like the finish line. Although things are gonna be hard, we're still gonna make it, Oh yeah, I went to the gym on Monday also, but for Monday I forgot to say that I had one of the best runs I've had in a while that Monday. I just wanted to put that out there. I don't know, it just felt really good. So, and I rarely gym in the morning. I don't know what provoked me to gym in that morning. I guess it was Monday. I was starting all this stuff, and so I just felt like, I just get a head start, add a bunch of energy, which I did not assume that I would like gymming. I'm more like an afternoon, evening person, not too late, because gymming like at night, I feel like you're fighting demons that, we don't need to talk about. But Tuesday, regular ass day, went to school like normal. Now I finally met all my professors. Again, can't really make too many assumptions. It seems like it's gonna be just another year, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, went to school, went to gym, had just one class, so it was cool. Came back home and the building power's off. Bro, they shut the power in my building. That's why I have to take these stairs. 16 flat stairs, bro. I see people someone like struggling with the door. I'm like, okay, usually it's just like your key is not calibrated because you have to get it calibrated ever so often. And then I put my key with confidence thinking it's gonna open, and it still doesn't open. Luckily someone's coming out, so I managed to get inside, and then I see like the entire building is like dark. What's going on? I go to the office and I'm like, I wanted to get my key calibrated, but it seems like the power's off. Like, do you know when it'll be back? And she's like, oh yeah, don't worry about that. You don't need to get your key calibrated. We're just having like a shutdown for maintenance for a couple more minutes, and then everything should be back up and running. Look, 16 flights of stairs. I finally made it, you know what I'm saying? It's only 16 flights of stairs at the same time, but damn, bro, I was not mentally prepared. Made it. Nigga, them steps ain't no joke. Oh yeah, I did have some good conversations with friends, especially about what the year holds. I just saw them from like the trip that I came from Van, and yeah, I was having good conversations that day, especially about like the future and what it holds. And I guess everyone's kind of in that mode right now because it is the beginning of the year, New Year's resolution. Everybody wants to be new year, new me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're just talking about that, and also consistency, like how consistent can you stay really locking down? Because the hardest part about being consistent is that period when you're in like 2 or 3 months in and you're not seeing any changes. That's the hardest to like keep going. Like everyone tells you that input is proportional to output, but sometimes that's not how it is in life. Wednesday, not much happened on Wednesday. I don't even think I recorded too many clips from that day. Even my notes here are pretty short. It just says not much. Went to class, gym, getting better at filming and playing with the camera. Yeah, I noticed some of my clips were very like overexposed. when I went outside, and I was like very confused. I didn't know what was causing that, but I had locked my shutter speed. I'm not really experienced with too much with filming, especially with camera and how to film. Got some cool B-roll from that, but yeah, not really much on this day. It was a pretty average Wednesday, very hump day. Kind of went by very quick. Didn't really think much of it. Thursday, okay, Thursday seems like a very busy day. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real as possible on here, so I'm not gonna lie. I did not want to go to my 8 a.m. on Thursday, so I did not go to my 8 a.m. Nah, hell no. That's one of, like I told you, I'm not a morning person already. That's why I don't gym in the morning. Why would I need to wake up at 6 a.m.? I did want to add though, I did go to my other classes. It was just the 8 a.m. to go to this. I know damn for sure we're not gonna talk about jack but the course outline, bro. I'm not going. What? No. Ended up missing my first class. I'm not trying to miss too much class. I am very much of a class skipper. I do study at home, but I know I just need to be better at committing to the things I say I will commit to, you know. I try to make up for it by going to the gym. Hopefully it canceled out, so instead of going to class, I think, yeah, this day was another good run, surprisingly. Usually your first week back kind of sucks, especially if you haven't gymmed for like a good, but this run felt also really good. I could have gone for way longer, but didn't want to over push it and then get, but I was sore this whole week. Had a really good breakfast, had a notable breakfast. I wasn't mad that I sacrificed the class for a good gym session and a nice breakfast, so not a bad Thursday. Oh yeah, I was really feeling really good by that time, like very energetic. I was really optimistic about the weekend and the stuff that I was getting ready to do this weekend and get on my work, even though there's not really that much work to do. Really organize my classes and be really on top of it. Spoiler alert, that did not happen. Somewhat. I'm gonna work after this, obviously, but I want to record this, just get it out the way before I start working. But I will be working after this. Yeah, I was feeling a little bit more comfortable, especially talking to the camera and filming myself, especially in public. It is a kind of a bit awkward filming yourself in public. I don't know how people do that, especially those ones where you put your phone out and then you walk by it and then you have to go back and pick up your phone. Yeah, bro, I don't think it will take a lot for me. Never say never, but I think it will take a lot for me where I start doing that in public. Outside of public, yeah, that's calm, but in public, it's gonna take a while for me to get comfortable doing that. And I was very excited about Friday because Friday is activity day, and my activity of choice that day was bouldering. I hadn't been bouldering in quite a while. I was excited for my first, bouldering session. So it's like a puzzle for your brain, but it's also physical. Arguably the best day out of that whole week was probably that Friday. Woke up a bit earlier than I was supposed to.
Good morning, everyone. Today seems like a very calm day, I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy that I did this, Obviously in the beginning I felt kind of unsure, but I knew I wanted to do it, and I'm happy that I pushed through that weird block that I had in my head, and I'm doing this because I really enjoy making videos, like I said. Enough yapping. I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm not gonna lie, I woke up a bit too early. My class is at 1 p.m. It's currently 8 right now, a.m. I'm gonna go back to bed, chill for a little bit, then we're gonna make breakfast, go to school, and right after school we're gonna go do bouldering, come back and relax and have a very, very enjoyable Friday.
But I remember going straight back to bed after that for a while. Not to sleep, but just to chill for a bit. Kind of take it easy. Went to class. Very surprisingly packed, which I was not expecting. Did a couple of routes. Did all the easy ones. At the gym that I'm at, they use A, B, C, D rank. And I think level A is like V1 to like V2, something like that. But they had only put up the A's. So did those to warm up, and then I just chose like a random route and just kept doing it over and over and over again. Mind you, while I was doing it, there was like I don't know if it was like a visiting group or whatever. There was like people who came just like on a tour, and they started climbing. And I offered one person my chalk. Jesus, I should have known, bro. I opened like Pandora's box. Everybody started using my chalk to the point where I was like, I'm trying to be courteous and not like an asshole, but at the same time, damn, bro, y'all are all taking my chalk, bro. By the end of the session, bro, it reached down my bag and I can feel the bottom of like my chalk bag. So I was like, what, fuck it. It is what it is. But I still don't regret it. It was a good session. Got to talk to some people, and that was basically Friday. Now I do have a project that hopefully I'll show you guys more of, especially once they put letters on what the routes that they have set up right now are, and then I can show you, and hopefully I can document even me trying to solve that. project, hopefully, on here. Saturday was a good day. Surprisingly, I decided to do my laundry on this day. I don't know why I felt like doing my laundry on Saturday. I usually do it early morning Sunday just to beat the rush. But I don't regret it. Did my laundry so I don't have to do it today, and I have less things to do. All I have to do is just meal prep. Today I just ordered groceries that would come on Saturday. I ordered groceries for Sunday, so they would arrive today. You kind of have to pre-order them to get like free delivery, so I did that on Saturday. I wrote here that I did some work on some project. I did do some work on the project, not as much as I thought I would in confidence in writing as I have here, but I did do some work on the project. Like I said, I will work on that project a little bit more today. But to summarize this week, it was a week about like really trying stuff and settling into this, especially, and also school, and just the mindset that I need to have for this semester. I'm glad I got to the end of it. I'm glad I kept recording. I did not think I'd make it through the week, but hey, here we are. What do I think about next week? Hopefully next week is just as bro, I thought this thing was gonna fall on me. I thought next week that scared the shit out of me. I hope next week is gonna be just as eventful. I hope I get a lot of work next week. I think that's the vibe that I'm gonna have next week, is really hone it in, really become serious, because if I keep having my relaxed, whatever, one class won't hurt attitude is the thing that I'm trying to avoid this semester. So we're gonna really try lock in. So hopefully you'll see STEM studying more often next week. What else do I want to do next week? Keep up with this, especially recording clips. So I record this the week before, but I edit it the week after, if that makes sense. I'm also practicing how to get my own style of this and how to have this well structured and articulate the things that I want to through this style of filming. I guess this week kind of marks the beginning of everything, and so I'm excited to see where this takes me, especially with the filming. Being more creative, that's another reason why I also wanted to start this, is to just think and be more creative and seek dopamine in healthier places, rather than just on my phone and shit. Week 1 done, week 1 in the books, in my little online scrapbook here, and hope you guys enjoy watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. See you next week. Oh yeah, I will try to put these out every Friday. Expect a video from this week next week, if that makes sense. Whatever. I'm pretty hungry, I'm not gonna lie.